Hi, this is video blog number 8. So I wanted to update you after the BDFPA British finals. They just happened, my category was last Saturday, and things went amazingly well. I think what I want to do is to get stuck into the lifts first, and then I'll update on thoughts and feelings and how things went. Now, let's get into these lifts. So my first up was a squat at 197.5. This I've done before. It should be nice and comfortable. The warm-up was great, so I went into it with a positive mindset. As you can see, it went up nice and quick, comfortable, and that meant that when I went into my next squat, I decided that I would go for 202.5. Now, this was a weight that I've lifted in the gym before, so it should be something that I should feel pretty comfortable with. But as with my last vlog, you heard that I had a bit of an old man back. But 202.5 felt good. It went up nice and fast, and then I thought, you know what, I'll go for 207.5. This was a weight I'd PB'd in the gym before. The last meet I'd actually missed this 207.5. I just had nothing in the tank and I got stuck at the bottom. This, I just got set up, got aggressive, I had great support behind me, and just went for it. It felt good. It felt hard, but it felt good. I definitely think I maybe had another 2.5 kilos in the tank, but you know, you never know. You just got to try and go with what you think you can do that day. And it went down straight up, nice depth, came up. Really, really happy with that squat. From there, we moved into the bench press. Now, there's a bit of a problem with the floor. For some reason, there was a lot of chalk on the floor, which meant my shoes were really slipping. It didn't feel comfortable, and I had to be a bit of a princess and ask them to clean the floor. But once that had been sorted, I opened up at a 125 bench press, something I've repped before. It should be really easy. The back would be no issue with this. It went straight up. The difference with a competition bench press is a paused bench, so it does make things a little bit more difficult when compared to, say, a gym bench press and go. The 135 that's here, again, still a bit of problems with the floor. I don't know if people are using chalk on their feet or something. But again, felt comfortable. I felt happy with it. So from there, I went into deciding to go for a 150. This was my last meet I'd missed. So I was going to it. I'd benched it before. I benched it for a double in the gym before, so I felt as though it was quite comfortable. Again, the floor was still an issue. However, a great spot from Tom. Lifted it off. It came down, paused nicely, and then pressed straight through. It was a bit of a struggle at the top, but it moved relatively fast, and I was really happy with that. Again, I think I had a couple of kilos in the tank there. Now, it moved on to deadlift. So this was where the back was going to play the biggest role. This is 220 here, and before, I hadn't even been able to lift 220 off the floor last Saturday. But this Saturday, I went for it, felt good, it picked up, easy as anything. Really, really felt good. That kind of led me into thinking, right, I'll go for a 230. Something I hadn't lifted more than 220 for a number of weeks. And I was kind of apprehensive about it, but I went in, gave it my all, picked up 230, and you know what? It felt pretty comfortable. There was no issues there, and I thought, right, I've got to go for it. 242.5 is my PB. It was in the last meet, and it would have meant I would have the 600 total that I was so desperately wanting at this competition. My back felt fine. Everything felt good. I just really went for it. I just honestly ripped it off the floor as hard as I could. I had some great support from Deirdre, one of my online clients, and also my mate James and Tom. It went up, and I couldn't have been more delighted. So there you have it. That was the BDFPA British finals. It's where I blessed second place. I got a 600 total, and I've managed to qualify for the world finals. Now, it was a struggle leading up to the British finals. I had a personal issue that I had to deal with. I had a cold even a week out from the show, and as some of you know, I had a bit of a back strain. It wasn't painful, it was just annoying. It was just kind of like there, and it was stiff, and it really got into my head. And certainly a week out, I was not looking forward to it. I was a bit disappointed. I really wanted to be running into the finals feeling amazing, but it wasn't to be. And I suppose that suggests that training and things is never, or very rarely, linear. You'll have periods in which it's going to be amazing, and a lot of this training program and running through this has been fantastic, but towards the end it was a real struggle. What happened on the day, I can't really explain it. I just felt great warming up in the squat. The day before I was still apprehensive about my back, but I warmed up in the squat. I felt really good. I went into the squat, my first 3 lifts, 207.5 went up, and then that kind of just catapulted me into the next 2 lifts. Everything just came together and I absolutely smashed it. I think it was amazing to have a really good friend of mine, Tom Hamilton, competing alongside me in the same wave, in the same category, even lifting before or after me, and we gave each other some amazing support. I think that was one of the biggest catalysts of the day. Before the deadlift, I actually popped 200 milligrams of caffeine, and I think that might have played a decent role in what was a long day, because we'd weighed in at 7 AM and then hadn't lifted until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I think a few thank yous are in order to the supporters that came along, James and even Tom, and then Mike Smalley as well. They were both, 2 of them were competing, and they were great support. I can hear them in the background certainly when I watch the videos. It was great to have Deirdre, one of my online clients there. She completed in the morning, and she managed 3rd place in the female 80 kilogram category. And again, she's qualified for the World Finals, and I've managed to convince her to come along to them. And she's also in it by a thank you. She sent me a lovely card, and I have a nice Nando's voucher. So I'm going to get myself a nice whole chicken and celebrate this weekend. Another thank you has to go to Dr. Mike Zordos. He was my coach. I wanted someone to help me with very specific powerlifting prep, and he pulled it all out of the bag. Fantastic. I was towards the end, I was getting really bored of powerlifting, but I think it was just a few stresses that were there, and I really am looking forward to working with him in the future. And to all of you, thank you for all the very kind comments that went after I put up a post on Monday about me making 2nd place at the BDFPA finals. It was all fantastic, and thank you very much. As always, if you have any questions, comments, please like, share, and we'll catch up next time.